Hello and welcome to episode 189 of the Veeam Community Recap. I'm recording at like 6 something a.m. I'm on the road. It's kind of dark. I made it as light as I could. Maddie's at home. How you doing today, Maddie?
Hello, Rick. Hello, community. It's good light, though. I wouldn't have thought it's 6 a.m. I haven't even asked you, but yeah, um, I'm doing all right, getting ready for the big week that is ahead of us, right? Our community summit in Berlin next week. So I bet everyone is super excited about that. But yeah, let us know on a scale from 1 to 10 in the comments. What's your level of excitement to be there? That's for the Veeam 100 and for some VUG leaders that were invited. So pretty cool. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm
Where are you?
excited for. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, or Scottsdale, Arizona. But
Yeah.
I am so excited for the Veeam 100 Summit next week. We're going to be in Berlin. First time we've had it in Berlin. We've had it in other places as we've changed the names. We've had it in London, had it in Prague, had it at Veeam ONE, but this year it's going to be in Berlin. So really excited. But it's kind of a management meeting situation here in Phoenix. Excited for that. It's early, 6 o'clock, 6:15, but really excited for that. I was going to tell you something though. This is a Tuesday, so this is like last week we did on a Monday, which was weird. But actually, I kind of like having it available all week. I'm just saying. We'll see.
Yeah.
Uh, but today is a Tuesday, and I'm just going to call it. We're going to call it Tab Tuesday because we're going through the tabs.
Yes, it seems like.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's good and we have to adapt, right? Because the schedule is a little bit tricky for us. So we'll do what we
But
have
we
to
got to
do.
plow through it. That's why we self-record. We don't use for the recap that we don't schedule a full-blown video team because heck, up until the day before, I don't even know when we're going to do it sometimes, right? So
Yeah.
we have to kind of roll agile like that.
Yeah. But talking about community content and having it on a Tuesday, we still have a great amount of great content available.
Mm.
So I would say let's just start with our first
Well,
start. What do you think?
let me please tell me I did that right. Now, do you see what we're supposed to see? Because I know I
I
messed it up.
do. I
All right.
see great project in there.
All right. So Cadezilla is up first with Kollect with a K, a cloud and Kubernetes inventory tool. I love the idea. So he's on underneath this product called Kollect. Maddie, this is a good one. What caught your eye on this?
So yeah, Michael, you know that Michael comes up with a lot of great ideas. We all know from the community, like community projects, and now he started one related to cloud and Kubernetes community project, and it's pretty awesome. The name as well, pretty um, easy to remember, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Kollect, and as you said, this is a tool for collecting and displaying Kubernetes cluster data, and it provides a web interface to visualize various Kubernetes resources and allows exporting the collected data as a JSON file. And he's sharing in that post, if you see, there is like a link to his GitHub. And in the GitHub, the cool part, I think it's in the first part of the art. Yeah, there you go. So what's cool about it is that you can contribute to it. So if you
Mm-hmm.
go there in the development section, you can just go and follow the steps that Michael is sharing on how you can contribute, and you can actually have an impact on this project, which I think is really, really cool. So I think the community should get involved. If you have like a little bit of knowledge on, cloud, native cloud, and Kubernetes, I think you should get involved and have an impact on this project.
Yeah, and you can already see a number of people have started branching, looking at especially around the AWS side of it. So it's coming alive right in front of our eyes here, Maddie. That's really cool. So good stuff, Cade. I think we need a demo of this at some point. So
And the cool
um,
thing is, like, if you look at the future sections just here where you are scrolling, there are a few other things that he's planning for this project. So if you have knowledge on any of the things that he's mentioning, just go for it and get involved. Go with ideas, give him feedback. Michael is always looking forward to collaborate with the community.
Yeah, that's how GitHub rolls, and this is how cool stuff is born. So, first of all, congratulations, Michael, on just getting this out, and sharing it. This is great. And then also, thank you for sharing it here at the Community Hub. Now, I forgot to mention I feel bad. We did a whole bunch of run up for the hackathon and everything, but we didn't really remind everyone that October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. But good thing Chris is on it, talking about some object storage configuration. I figure he's going to go into the immutability bit. Looks like Chris is playing with the Synology in the lab.
Yeah. So first of all, happy Cybersecurity Month. It's on us. We haven't really done a lot for the Cybersecurity Month. I feel like last year we did a little bit more activities. I think we even had like maybe blog of the month dedicated to cybersecurity. We had maybe even a show, a live stream, if I'm not wrong. We had also Marco Fabri that was sharing quite a lot on the cybersecurity space. So next year we're gonna get better with that. So if we don't, just let us know.
Yeah.
So basically, going back to Chris's article, good job in here writing on his testing 1 terabyte of C2 object storage account from Synology, and he partnered with them since, as he says, he had already 2 NAS devices that he already blogged about that. So if you want to know more on that part, you can always just go to his blog and read it in there. But in this article, Chris goes over a demo and shows us the C2 object storage setup process for creating a bucket for backups from any application that supports object storage. And it seems like few other articles on this topic are coming this month as well. And one of them, he actually mentioned it in the last paragraph. He says he's going to be adding C2 object storage to Veeam Backup and Replication to test backups using the Synology Cloud Sync application directly from his NAS devices to sync folders. So looking forward to the next articles, Chris. Pretty good.
Yeah, indeed. And a couple good comments there from the smart kids in the classroom. Thank you, Chris, for sharing it. I have one of these models, maybe a different model. I feel like mine has a 4 in the name somewhere. But what I'm telling you is I probably need to update now that I see this UI. So that's another thing. By the way, pro tip: those of you who have any object storage or unified storage at home lab devices, definitely do a firmware update of those. I'm probably obsolete, and that's the type of thing that can really help you stay protected at home. All right, next up is Derek with actually a very good topic. When we were preparing this, Maddie, I called it divorcing from Veeam Backup Enterprise Manager Server. But his title is removing references to an enterprise manager server. This is actually really, I think, good, but I want to highlight that we got to read this, whatever, but we're going to talk about some of the tools that go into Veeam support. But what caught your eye here on this topic?
Yeah, first of all, fantastic write-up and demo. I love the fact, that Derek took a question that comes up very often in the Veeam communities, as he said, here at the Hub, probably even at the R&D forums. He said that subreddit as well. And he decided to go above and beyond to give a very detailed answer based on his own experience. So I really, really appreciate this kind of type of articles. And the question in here was like, if you go up a little bit, he says like, when I try to upgrade Veeam or when I try to apply a new license, I get a prompt about my server being managed by a Veeam Enterprise Manager server, like the prompt below, but I don't have one. How can I fix this? So as I said, he really goes above and beyond to give a detailed answer. And yes, a big thank you for that disclaimer. I also notice it, and I think that's such a good example, especially, you know, when you deal with a big job that can affect all your environment. So, I mean, I really love this one, Rick.
Oh
Really,
yeah, this is really powerful in the sense of if you're ever going to do something, even at the hands of the guidance of Veeam tech support, that you don't exactly know how it's going to go, this is going to tell you how it's going to go. And then secondly, for those of you, especially with the Postgres database, that might be new for people. SQL is a little bit easier to play around, maybe more dangerous, depends on your point of view. But where I'm going with that is you could also fire up all these things in a data lab, right? And you could do some of these a little bit more invasive, a little bit more heavy on the configuration change side of things. You could do that there and see how they go. So he's walking you through it from the database to the scripting. And then right here at the end, I like how he ends it. Then you'll be able to do updates and you'll not be reminded about that enterprise manager, right? So given that also Postgres is a new part of the equation, I think this is indeed a fantastic write-up. My thought is, either people have been asking it or Derek's run into it himself. But either way, this is how you sort it out. So thank you for this one, Derek.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Derek.
All right. And I think we'll see him next week, too. I think I saw him on the list. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now, speaking of seeing people, we also are going to float over to the Vanguard Blog Spotlight from Carrie Sun. Very busy website here, Carrie Sun, at carriesun.com. And Carrie is walking through how to install Veeam ONE 12.2. So that's pretty cool. Veeam ONE getting some love. Walking through the downloads. Pretty step by step, click by click. I think that's always a winner with us.
Absolutely. I think this is an article that is perfect for someone that is new to Veeam ONE and just wants a simple guide on how to install Veeam ONE v12.2. Very easy to follow since you have for each step a print screen that helps you avoid any errors, along the process. So really good. And I saw Carrie has few other articles on how to upgrade as well to Veeam ONE v12.2. So in case you are already using an older version, that's also good to have. And overall, really, really good, really simple, and very useful for any person that plans to install it. So thank you for that. And great to have him mentioned once again in the recap.
Yeah, and one other thing, Carrie, and for the listeners, the most important thing is really this last step that he's got right here about managing the Veeam ONE admin group. That's actually one that a lot of times everyone will kind of forget. And then the other thing I want to highlight is if you are thinking, you know what, I bought Veeam Data Platform, I've got Veeam Backup and Replication, and I have Veeam ONE. Dramatic emphasis here. Definitely make sure that you don't install it on the same server as your Veeam backup server. I think it's really important that you have that separated. Okay, end of dramatic emphasis. The thought here is that I really want to recommend people have Veeam ONE separate because it's a really good monitoring technique of your Veeam backup server. So keep that in mind. So the natural question is, where do you install it? So don't put it on a domain controller. Don't put it on the Veeam server. Put it on something else. So there we go. Sorry, I may or may not have an opinion on the topic. What do you think, Maddie?
I think we should ask the community and let us know what do they think about that and where do they have it installed.
Yeah. Where do you put it? And then the other thing is really around the size. There's a point where you'll need an external database, right? So for larger environments, you can use the embedded, but then there's that. But yeah, definitely let us know where you think. How do you roll with Veeam ONE?
Yeah.
All right. Now, that was the Vanguard Blog Spotlight. Now we're going over to special department news. Got 4 more tabs. Let's bring it home, Maddie. I picked this one, and I really like what Kirsten wrote up. Just to give everyone a background, Kirsten, Sophia, Madalena, and a number of other people that we talk about are on my team. I'm the quote-unquote boss. They report to me. But I've also been very, I don't want to say aggressive, but I've been very supportive, that might be a better word, of professional development, in particular for the ladies on the team. I'll go one step further, that, everyone on my team can get training for what they need to do for their job if there's a new technology or something. But when it comes to professional development, I feel like there's an incredible network of ladies, females in IT, and allies of IT events out there. I know, Maddie, you went to Women in Tech Amsterdam. But Kirsten has a write-up here of her journey at the Grace Hopper celebration. And I think this is just fantastic. And then I hope everyone watching or listening can really prioritize professional development. I've made it a priority in our team, but Kirsten did a fantastic write-up, kind of co-authored with Sophia here, because they both went in Philadelphia. And I think this is just a fantastic write-up.
I totally agree. And yeah, I think we all the women and everyone in your team is grateful for the opportunity, that we can attend at least one event that we target per year, where we can learn and educate ourselves. So yeah, I think this is a great example of, whenever we attend an event that we think it can be impactful and we learn something, I think we should come to the community hub and, share it with the rest of the world. And that's a really best practice. And I want to thank both Kirsten and Safia that took the time and, added here in our Women and Allies in Tech group, because, it's important for other women that are part of our community to see and learn from it and see if it's something that they would like to attend. I did the same this year when I attended. I think it was in June, I think. So I did the same. I wrote up my experience and some, learnings and what I liked, what I didn't like. And I think this is in general a really good practice. It's whatever we are doing, with the technical content, I think we should also do with whatever learnings and impactful experiences we have at different events. So yeah, thank you for that, both of you.
Yes, indeed. And thank you for that extra perspective. And I just now realized this little link here. Oh, this is you. You wrote this, but just again, you have these short write-ups, but my advice to the
No, I did. I actually did. You remember we mentioned it as well but I think it was an honest review of, I think that was the name of it, an honest review of the conference.
This is the longer one.
Yeah, that's the one. Because I did like the short one while I was there, and I just shared some very brief impressions. But this is actually the one that I put together after the event with the things that I liked and the things that I didn't like.
Exactly. So these comprehensive reviews are fantastic. And I should really just highlight to everyone, if you didn't know, we have a special group for women and allies in tech. So definitely at least join it, subscribe, read, and hopefully get inspired and share. And this is a place that's welcome for really everyone of this type of interest in sharing and advice, resources. Not everybody can, fly to an event and buy a ticket. What is on there out there online? What is free? What is available for consumption afterwards, right? So this is also something that we really like.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of stuff we really like, last week or so we concluded the hackathon and we now have the results. But before I forget, massive thank you to Jonah and Maurice. They had a great write-up here of the results. Actually, I was blown away by the kind of 3/2 entries. And I was a judge, so that's why I got to see. I even installed one of the tools and was playing with it, which was really fun. And now they've shared right here. You can see the video of their hackathon project. I really love this one, by the way. I just got to say it, Jorge. This was fantastic. I don't want to show you guys can watch the whole video, but these were really cool, and it's great to see these write-ups now.
Yeah, so big congratulations to the hackathon winners, but big congratulations to the other team as well. I think both of these projects are really amazing, and they have a lot of potential. And you know how it is. There were like more registrants, but because it's a very kind of long time that you have to stay and participate in, things happen last minute, so people are dropping. So luckily we had two strong teams though that created these amazing projects. And I'm thrilled for next year to see how this is going to evolve, because I'm sure it's going to carry on and it's going to evolve, and year after year is going to get better and better. But in the meantime, go and watch the videos, because the two teams shared videos and they presented the idea. And then there is the code in the GitHub and an overview of the project. So just go there and let us know. I think the guys, actually, Maurice put there like a vote button to tell us which one did you like the best. So just go and vote for your favorite. And really looking forward to the next one. I'm sure we're going to repeat whatever we did last year, and we are going to have like the two teams at Veeam 100 show invited to present and talk about the two projects. But that's going to be probably in the summertime, similar to what we did this year. So great job.
One fantastic job. One thing I'll say, we've been talking about the hackathon. It's almost a year-round endeavor now. The community hackathon. One thing I'll say, I'm not trying to say I have a favorite, but I might have a favorite. Okay, I really like this one. and let me tell you why. Watching this and then playing with this GitHub repo, I learned something new. I ended up playing with node.json files or node.js and stuff like that. So for those of you out there, you can now get into learning something new as well through these programs. So I think you really should check it out, because I've never played with node.js, but I can tell you, I downloaded this repo, pulled it out, and when I ran server.js, it was ready to go. It was that easy. So definitely check it out. Big thank you, Ian, Jorge, everyone in between, Chris, Maurice, Jonah, you name it. It was fantastic.
Totally.
All right. Next Veeam 100 show, 1st of November, which would be a 7th, would be Jay Seeger, Michael, and you going to talk about hybrid cloud stuff.
Yeah, we will use a study case and we will discuss how to simplify, enhance, and provide efficient data resiliency across the hybrid cloud environments. I think that's going to be very interesting. We already had a call with Johan and Michael, and it looks really promising to me. I think the people that are going to attend, they're going to learn something interesting. So we are presenting it this week, because next week, as we said, we are going to be in Berlin, and we might just have a special edition, and we might not have a special department news. So that's why we are presenting it like 2 weeks in advance. But yeah, you can still go to LinkedIn. We're gonna put the link in the comments. Go and register for the show, and yeah, looking forward to see you all there.
One thing I just learned, I know I've known Jay for a long time, but now I know what SVA stands for. So there we go.
Finally.
Now I know. No,
we learn every single day.
Speaking of learning every single day, I want to do a special recognition for you, Madi. You are sharing some community insights with Gainsight, which is the maker of our platform. Tell us about this upcoming webinar.
So basically, I got 2 weeks ago, I got this invite. They were like, hey, are you available for this webinar on the 6th of November, which is just like the day before the Veeam 100 show, and I was like, sure, let's do it. Why not? Always good to share with the with the rest of the Gainsight community best practices and with our community. So the title says it all: building stronger communities. So we're going to talk about some strategies that we are applying and we are using within our community, some of our projects, the Veeam 100, of course. And I think it's going to be super interesting. Kenneth is also like a part of a community strategy team at Gainsight. So I think it's going to be a really, really good show. So I'm really looking forward to that. And thank you, Gainsight, for having me.
Yeah, good luck. You'll do fantastic at that, Maddie. And I had to hide my horrible number of unread LinkedIn emails telling you, don't go working for Veeam, because once they start mentioning you on LinkedIn, it's like, it's a mess in there. All right. Next up, we have Who's New from Sophia. We're back with it. And wow, do we have a lot of stuff. Plus 226, which it's been a few weeks. But there's some fun names out here, by the way. I know this one, Clay, really sharp person. Welcome. We're going to get like Triple G. I like that. Let's see what else we got. Lady Megatron is right here, so I'm giving her
Skills Academy.
Oh, where's that?
It's just like on the.
Oh, look at that! Yeah,
3, 4.
Yeah, that's cool. Lots of cool names here.
Yeah.
Riverside X. I like all these cool names. So, anyways, big welcome, everyone. It's like ICT management. That's all cool. But guess what? Because there's 226, there's 2 pages. Here's the next page. Who else do we also see? Yeah, I know. Who else is looking good in here? Some cool names. I love that one. IT Goons. That's cool. Or maybe it's IT Guy New Zealand. I don't know. That might be better than Goons.
A lot of
Morphidone.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool names. I just love seeing what comes in.
I don't know. Is that a company, Falcon DD?
That looks like a password.
By admin, of course. Yeah, a lot of cool ones, definitely.
Yeah. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of Italy stuff. I wonder if you had an impact, last week.
Yes, we had a presentation in Milano, right? So we talked about community. We shared some QR codes. So I was with our 2 leaders, the Marco Luvisi and Antonio D'Andrea. I was speaking in English, and they were, speaking in Italian. So that was a very interesting presentation. Wow. But yeah, it was pretty good.
And the conversation carried on. You could probably hear and follow enough, but
yes. No, that was pretty good, and I think people were interested, and they were scanning QR codes, and they were joining the community. And there is going to be another one in Rome. We're going to mention it. I think it's the end of November, the 26th of November. So there's going to be in Rome another one, another VUG. But in the meantime, they have the Veeam Unplugged. So I believe they are mentioning the community. Danilo is kind of a community guy. So he's definitely mentioning the community in there. So yeah, I think it might have had an impact. Let's put it that way.
For sure. And I just love seeing these names come in. But a lot of them came in this week. We have 6 that I and Sophia have identified as cool. Winter Wand, Hook the Boat, Lady Megatron herself, Megan Schill is in the house, Surf Spider, Cool Mo D, and Triple G. And then Alfred's pick, you have a badge coming your way, Turs Lightyear. So good stuff. Big welcome to everyone. Incredible growth. I guess we should do it more than once every 3 weeks, right? When we do the Who's New. So
we should definitely.
Awesome. Well, hey, Maddie, thank you so much for curating all the content.
As always, my pleasure.
Big mystery for next week. So we're all going to be in Berlin. The community members that are going to the 100 Summit. Sorry, don't mean to knock cameras over. We also have our whole team basically there. So we got to think of something special. But, it's a pretty jam-packed agenda. So I don't know. We'll have to
I'm
get
sure
creative.
we'll find the time. We always do.
Okay.
It's going to be
Well,
fun, to have our community members involved with this recap. So I think we should do it.
we do have nice long lunch breaks, so I could sneak it in there. I build this agenda. It's like people love or hate it. I make sure the breaks between sessions are 30 minutes, and I make sure the lunch break is 90 minutes. We got to I want somebody to have a chance to have the lunch break, get set up if you're presenting, sometimes check the email, let everything else move along. I think the long break is good. I know that unpopular opinion, but I think overall it's good. We'll see.
I think as well. So I think everyone appreciates that. I think we actually even asked the community about breaks, and they said yes, go for the long.
Mostly yes.
Mostly yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, hey, Madi, rock on. Pleasant travel to Berlin, and thank you, community. And let's see what happens next week.